So, Arsenal travel to West Ham in another match week. Obviously, Happy New Year to everyone. I hope everyone had a great New Year. FA Cup's come around as well. That's just gone by. And we bring on another match week of the Premier League. We're off to West Ham this time around. And yeah, Olympic Stadium is going to be a tricky test. As we all know, West Ham are playing very, very well at the moment. They are a little bit patchy in and out, but they can put in some very good performances. They've got some very dangerous players with the likes of Marko Arnautovic, Felipe Anderson. You know, they've got Declan Rice in there. They've got the likes of Hernandez and even Samir Nasri, who's just come over. So, yeah, it's going to be a difficult test. Looking at us, we're patchy as well. We've won 3 out of our past 5 games. But on and off, we're really, we don't know what we're going to get from an Arsenal outfit, especially away from home, especially from that, dreadful loss against Liverpool, that terrible fucking draw against Brighton. And, we've got a West Ham outfit who are 10th for the ladder, and they could potentially go 7th with Vardy's Leicester City. Looking at us, if we could potentially win this game, we can draw level with Chelsea. Chelsea have got Newcastle United away from home, at home, sorry. And, this is a crucial 3 points for us. As you know, Manchester United are also got Tottenham Hotspur. So there's a chance that they could potentially drop points in those games. So for us, a crucial 3 points. Looking at the lineups going into this game, we do have a lot of players back from injury, like Bellerin's back, Mustafi's back, Mavropanos is back. And just to name a few, there is a fair few back. But looking at the lineups, you're going to have to look into the likes of West Ham firstly. I think West Ham, they're playing a 4-4-2 structured formation, very stubborn outfit. They can catch on the break. They do have the likes of Felipe Anderson's a very, very important player for them. He plays on the left-hand side of the field, cut in. He's got that pace, and he can really catch us on the break. And if we're not ready for that, we could get caught very easily. And if we're going to play a very high line, especially, we can get caught. Likes of Marko Arnautovic is back from injury. He's been firing and got 2 goals against Brighton, from what I've heard. And, he's another very, very important player for them. He's very strong, upper body strength, very quick as well, decent with the ball. He's got a good shot on him, and he's going to be very, very dangerous. Overall, we got to really keep those lots isolated. They do have the likes of Hernandez as well, and they're a very strong outfit going forward. Defensively, though, they have been broken. The likes of Burnley did beat them, Watford beat them at home, Brighton drew level with them at home. So there is, it just shows that they are very strong going forward, but they are very weak at the back. The likes of Zabaleta, he's very, very slow, hasn't got that pace. He does have that experience, but if we can catch him on the break, get round him, we can cause all sorts of issues. Defensively, they do have some very tall lads in the air, so I don't want to be really crossing it in the air. They do have that, they're not going to be that vulnerable in the air, I don't think. But looking at us, our lineup, as we do have a lot of injuries back, I'm feeling more of a 3-4-2-1 formation. I'll get into it. So the likes of Leno in goal, very, very important figure for us. He has been on and off, he's had his good days, his bad days, but I think that's just defensively. Our defence just hasn't been at the races, and it's not fair on him. He can't be there just like that every time. So Leno's going to go in goal. Defensively, the 3 centre-backs, I'm going with a Socrates in there. We need a leadership, we need a role model in there, we need a colonel. And I feel like Socrates would be perfect for that position. And we do have the likes of, Koscielny, who is out injured. So I'm feeling like some Mavropanos can come in there. I have heard he's back from injury. And, it'd be good to see him back in the Arsenal shirt. I don't know, it's going to be away from home. It's going to be a tricky test for him, coming straight back from injury. But I feel like if you've got the likes of Mustafi, who's going to be back from injury as well, hopefully they can show a little bit of leadership and bring him back into the first team squad. So Mavropanos, Mustafi and Socrates for me at the back. Left wing backs and right wing backs, I'm going with left wing back Kolasinac. Very important figure for this game, I personally feel. If we can kind of overlap some runs, get the ball down his side of the field, potentially we can cause a bit of havoc down that left-hand side of the pitch. As you know, they do have the likes of Cresswell, Masuaku, who can be caught out of position every now and so. So if we can get a Kolasinac bombing forward, hopefully we can get a few crosses into the box, keep them low, keep them driven, and we could cause a lot of issues. So Kolasinac in that left wing back position. Right wing back position, I'm going with Bellerin. He is back from injury. Let's hope he's going to be fit and ready to go. I don't want to see a Lichtsteiner in there. I want Bellerin back and ready to go. He's a very important figure for us. He's got that pace. He can get forward. And, he can cause a lot of issues if we can, get some room, get some space down their right-hand side and really, cause some havoc with our wing-backs. Midfield-wise, I'm looking at the likes of Xhaka and Torreira. They've been fantastic all season for us. Torreira especially, he just puts in a shift every game. And I expect those two to start in there. They can hold that midfield up with obviously Torreira. You can drop back a bit. And you do have the likes of Xhaka who can get forward and start looking for passes. You can't keep going sideways football. It's not going to work against this very, structured, stubborn 4-4-2 formation from West Ham. So I feel like we need to get forward, start looking for passes, and start trying to find runs off our strikers and attackers. Attacking midfield-wise, I'm going to go with Mesut Ozil. I feel like he's a very important figure for this game. If he is back from injury, I've heard he's back from injury. So he's going to be very, very critical. He's the sort of player that can unlock these sort of defences. As you saw in the last few games, he can definitely do it. He does have that ability. It's just if he would turn up. It's away from home. Tricky test, West Ham. But I'm confident Ozil will be starting. I know there's been a lot of talk that Ramsey, he should be probably playing in there, or Mkhitaryan. But I can't. You've got to go with Ozil. He's got that sort of eye for goal. Not goal, eye for goal, eye for a decent pass, and if we can get someone overlapping, obviously like a Kolasinac or a Bellerin, or even like sort of a Aubameyang, we can potentially unlock their defence. So I'm going to go with Mesut Ozil. Very controversial, I know. Aubameyang and Lacazette up top for me. Very, very important is Lacazette in my opinion. His hold-up play is crucial for this game especially. He does have that eye for goal in the box as well, and he's got that strength about him. And if he can get that ball, he can, play it back to the likes of our midfielders, and we can hold up and keep going forward instead of just losing all the time. I feel like, he'd be very important. Aubameyang as well, if he can play off the shoulder, potentially we can cause a bit of havoc with those ones in behind, and that's why I think Ozil will be very important, especially against a very stubborn, strong West Ham side. But it's going to be a hard game. West Ham are going to really play hard ball with us. I feel like they're going to, we're going to have a lot of the ball, but if they get the ball, they can cause a lot of problems. They do have some very decent players, like Robert Snodgrass is a very underrated player in my opinion. He can cross the ball. His free kicks are very effective. And when he's got that ball, he can cause some issues. And so it's going to be very, very critical that we get the 3 points away from home on Saturday. Let me know, guys, down below your lineups, your score predictions. I'm predicting a 2-1 win to Arsenal. It's going to be a tricky outing, as we all know. West Ham, they're going to be coming off a draw at home. They're going to be wanting to pick up a big win, especially against us lot. And, we're coming off a Fulham win, and I feel like we're going to get the win. It's going to be a very, cagey affair, I feel. They're going to really want to put us to the sword, this West Ham side. They're a very physical side. So even if Ozil isn't playing, I'd expect the likes of Ramsey to start in there as well. If Ozil isn't playing, just because of the sort of hardball nature that West Ham do play. It's going to be very important. In the air especially, I expect the likes of Socrates and Mustafi to be on their game, because they do have the likes of Carroll and Arnautovic who can get their heads on it. That's my preview for the game, guys. Let me know down below of your thoughts. And I'll see you guys for the review afterwards. Cheers, guys. See you later.